Colleen Finnegan from the legacyofyou.com here. Today we're going to talk about
gratitude.
Colleen Finnegan here from the legacyofyou.com with my really good friend and an unexpected visit. Wasn't expecting her here, Colleen Finnegan. Let's give her a round of applause. By the way, round of applause is the worst thing you can do as a host or as an MC. Because if they're really good people or you're a good host, you don't need to tell them what to do. They're going to do it anyways, right? How do we know each other? I don't remember.
Nymph, many years ago, we were both working on a show at Nymph, and we met each other at a networking dinner, along with Van Dean. Hi, Van.
Right.
He's been busy.
He's good, as producers should be. So what is this gratitude challenge?
It's awesome. So the gratitude challenge is a 30-day commitment. So you buy a package of 30 cards. And then you get the cards to your house, and then every day for 30 days you send one card to someone who has had a positive impact on your life. Okay. So 30 is an important number because 30 helps you develop a habit, but then also it helps you to think beyond your close circle of friends and your close family and acquaintances, and you think about mentors from long ago or people who have small beautiful impacts on your life. And that is when it gets really powerful. So these people don't expect to hear from you, and then they get this card in the mail, and so you feel great when you write it, they feel great when they receive it, and then you feel great again when they call you and say, oh my gosh, Michael, you wrote me this card, I love that, I love you. So it's just like a compound interest of feeling great, and that's just what we want to put out to the world because the world really needs it right now.
I agree. And also when I got your card, to me, I loved it. I mean, it meant so much. You don't expect that, especially coming through the mail, right? No one expects someone to take the time to handwrite a card nowadays. So when it comes in the mail, it's awesome. So you're saying the world, why do you think the world needs it more than ever right now?
I think that I personally come from the belief that anything that is happening negatively in our world is sourced from a lack of love. So when we can create projects and habits focused on sharing love and sharing kindness, I think that it collectively uplifts the energy of the world, puts us into more positive thinking mindsets, and the ripple effects of those mindsets are just limitless. So that's
so hypothetically, if everybody was focused on gratitude, what would the world look like?
We'd be living in heaven, Michael. It would change and shift our collective consciousness. So I think that it would just be enormous. I don't know if we can even grasp all of the effects that it would have, but I think that it would trickle down into different industries, how we treat each other, how we educate each other, how we I think things like racism and sexism and ageism, all of those awful isms will just totally disappear if we focus on a gratitude culture.
I think being grateful also makes you self-aware. It makes you realize the things you do have. We talk about that a lot on this blog. So much where it's so easy to focus on what we don't have, and it's so easy to focus on, well, that person's different than me. Instead of going, oh, I'm grateful that person shared the information with me, right? Do me a favor, explain collective consciousness.
For me, and I'll give you my definition because I don't know actually the formal definition.
No, but it's a concept that I think is thrown out there a lot. And I think when you say it, I think it's a strong statement, and I think we need to clarify what that means.
For me, I personally believe that every thought that exists in mankind exists somewhere up here, and I believe that whenever we have an idea, we are expressing something or we're understanding something, it's almost like our soul is reaching up and taking that idea out from up here and bringing it out into the universe. When everything, that energy and those ideas that are circulating up here are pure and clean and beautiful, when we're reaching up and pulling down and bringing that out to the world, we're bringing out a more positive, a more uplifted, and a more, I want to say the word generous, spiritually generous information that we're bringing back to people. So that's, I think, the best way that I can describe it. I'm sure Deepak Chopra could do a better job.
I'd even like to say, for those of you who don't use the word soul or energy or spirits, there's nothing wrong with those words, but for those of you who don't use those on a regular basis, I often say the word just, space, what's out there. You don't have to believe that there's a higher anything to know that what you put out is what you receive back. If I do something nice to you, generally something's reciprocated that's nice back one way or another, whether it comes from you or someone else who witnessed it. Some people sometimes want that tangibleness in the consciousness as well, but so I think both definitions are the same and important. What shifts when people focus on gratitude in themselves?
So we created this product right after the Orlando shooting, and we just saw that so many of our friends and our family were just hurting.
Yeah.
You could just tell on all social networks, people just felt lost and scared and sad. And as a company in Spirited Projects, we decided that we had to do something to help people deal with those emotions. So we came up with the gratitude challenge because we thought that it was a very simple, very easy way to help yourself out of that sorrowful emotional mindset. So for me, I think gratitude is just this beautiful bridge between lower energy and finding your way to a higher, more positive energy. And that was our hope for this project. So we specifically designed this material as a way to speed out into the universe an extra dosage of love to help people feel better, because when you feel better, you perform better, and you live a better life.
Yeah, and I think when you feel good, you're connected to yourself, your true self, the most, right? And so, just a lot of the recent blogs have also been brought on by the Orlando shootings as well, including the Be the Love, Be the Acceptance video. There's always going to be tragedy in our world, probably. I'd assume. How can we better prepare ourselves, whether the tragedy is small in your own personal life or something that's more global? How can we use gratitude immediately to help us with the healing process or to accept what's currently happened? It could be your gerbil dying, right? Or it could be a shooting, right? They're going to be there, these moments in the world. So how can we use gratitude right there and then, on the spot, if something happens that does not resonate with us well?
Awesome. I think this is a really powerful skill for anybody to take away from this. So for me personally, say something were to happen personally, and I know that you do a lot for people in the workplace environment. So let's take a workplace environment. Say you were fired.
Right.
All right, so say I got fired and I'm feeling lousy. Well, the first thing that I think that our listeners should do at home is take a breath. Deep breath in, blow it out nice and slow, and then be thankful for that breath.
Go.
All right, start there. Being thankful, well, I'm still here, I'm still breathing. Ding, wonderful. And then taking a moment and almost like taking stock of what you have in your life. Well, I have a wonderful, beautiful, supportive family or spouse or friend, and I'm going to call them right now, and I have someone to speak with to help me feel better. Well, there you go. That's your next level. And then going from there, well, this door has closed, but doors closed so other doors can open. Being grateful for a new opportunity to have room to make its way into your life. And then basically you set it up as layers. You start there and then you keep on adding onto it until hopefully by the end of your focused gratitude meditation, you feel that you are actually in a powerful place in your life. Right. I do believe that all sorrowful things are in your world for a reason, and I feel like they are what shape you into who you need to be to reach that next level in your life. So it's understanding that and using that to feel messages of gratitude and move forward from there.
How does somebody get a gratitude challenge kit? How does this work?
You can get one for free if you share this post. We're going to put all your names in a hat. We're going to pull one out. So one of you is going to get a whole package of gratitude cards for free. So that's awesome. But if you don't win, that's okay. We still love you. You can go to inspiritedprojects.org and click on Buy Gratitude Challenge Cards.
How much are they?
$12.99.
And I'm going to up your offer of pulling name from a hat, and I will buy 2 kits, so we'll give out 3 kits total. So if you share it, we'll pull a name from a hat. Post-blog workshop, I give it to you, Colleen.
Write a list of 20 things that you are grateful for. I'm grateful that you took the time to watch this video. I'm grateful that you're already a supporter of my dear friend Michael Ian Cedar. I really believe in the work that he does, and I'm grateful for you for noticing that you are here to do work that you're passionate about. And I think that's important because passionate people help make the world better.
Be grateful. Share the gratitude. Share it. Hit the share button now.
Share this video with someone who's made a positive impact on your life.
Share this video with somebody you are grateful for.
Share this video with a coworker who you are grateful for.
Share this video with somebody who needs more gratitude.
Share this video with your college roommate.
Just share the video.
Share this video with someone who you don't know why you're friends with them on Facebook.